The ANC Youth League says it's convinced it can still influence the ruling party to reinstate Julius Malema, Sindiso Magata and Floyd Shivambu. And a fundraising initiative to help cover the costs of a legal challenge to the proposed Gauteng e-tolling will soon be launched by opposition to Urban Tolling Alliance, OUTA. I'm Richard Brooks. The ANC League says it's convinced it can still influence the ruling party to reinstate its expelled leader Julius Malema, suspended Secretary General Sindiso Magata and spokesperson Floyd Shivambu. The League plans to take the issue to the upcoming National Conference of the ANC later this year. Deputy President Ronald Lamola says the League is not in disarray.
The Youth League has influenced the policy documents, the policy direction. The ANC is agreeing that there is a need for greater economic transformation in South Africa that will change all sectors of society and be able to benefit all South Africans. And most of those have been influenced by the Youth League. So we remain convinced that we will be able to influence the upcoming policy conference and we will be able to influence the National Congress of the ANC.
A fundraising initiative to help cover the costs of a legal challenge to the proposed Gauteng e-tolling will soon be launched by opposition to Urban Tolling Alliance, OUTA. OUTA says they have already received support from the public as people want to be part of the case. The legal fees for the case, which led to the North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria granting an interdict to halt the implementation of the tolls, ran into millions. OUTA's Wayne Duvenacher.
We've had hundreds and hundreds of calls and emails from the public who want to participate and businesses. They're very keen to get involved in this because it's become a people's case and they want to feel part of it. And the contribution really is very small and it's very voluntary. So we will feature all of that at www.outa.co.za. On about Thursday, and we appreciate the support that we're getting from the people and business out there on this matter.
The Western Cape Department of Agriculture has announced that the culling of ostriches in the Little Karoo will be finalized this week. To date, around 40,000 birds have been slaughtered since the outbreak of bird flu in the region last April. This was done to curb the spread of the virus, which also resulted in an EU ban on exports. Department spokesperson Wouter Kriel.
The culling process will be finalized this week when the last farm that has been identified for avian influenza is slaughtered out. There's another 360 birds that needs to be culled and then that process will be finished. It brings to an end a year-long culling process that saw a total of 40,000 ostriches being culled and compensation paid out to the tune of around 50 million rand.
Foreigners entering the country are prey to syndicates who steal their papers and force them to work in virtual slavery. Police are investigating a human trafficking syndicate after arresting 6 suspects at Makado, Limpopo. It's understood they held close to 50 Ethiopian nationals captive. The 6 appeared in the Mosina Magistrates Court and the case was postponed for further investigations. More arrests are expected. Human rights group Molo Shongololo spokesperson Patrick Solomons.
We do have legislation dealing with the issue of trafficking in persons. We have the Children's Act, which specifically criminalizes the trafficking in children. And then we have the new Sexual Offences Act. That criminalize the trafficking of persons for sexual offences. Now, those are the only 2 pieces of legislation that we have.